Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Steel Sanctuary podcast. I'm your host, Dave Rivero from SteelSanctuary.com, and this is my co-host, David Korup. Dave, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, brother?
You're gonna have to excuse Dave a little bit if he's a little distracted. He's watching the end of the Pirates game and losing his shit right now. So, as we record at 7 p.m. tonight,
I don't know how much more of this I can take. I,
Dave's
I'm
ready to
I'm
jump off the bandwagon.
I'm losing my mind here. Just 3 hours of straight misery, and they get they do what they do, go 6-2, and now this controversy with the 2-run home run. I'm losing my mind today, man. Like, ugh. But all right, let's get down to brass
Let's talk.
tacks here.
Yeah, let's
Let's
talk
talk some
Steelers.
Steelers.
Training camp has officially started. We've got a weekend of football in shorts, but it's football nonetheless. I guess we should start. We thought the Steelers were clear on injuries, but apparently we're not because Cole Holcomb, Dean Lowry both start on PUP, and Cordero Patterson is on active NFI, which whatever the fuck that means. But
NFI.
yeah, he's got
Okay, that's
a hamstring. I gotta dig into these things. It's a different classification for being slightly injured.
okay.
Uh, Roddy Williams hurt his shoulder yesterday, so he's going to be out for a little while. And of course, Russell Wilson hurts his hamstring, or no, it was his calf, right?
Calf.
Yeah, his calf muscle pushing a goddamn sled.
What
What are we doing? Let's start with
Yeah.
that.
What? Yeah. Let's start with that. What in the fuck are you doing? Having your starting quarterback who's 35 pushing a sled. What? Like, no. What? Dude, that shit. When I heard that, I was just like, what are we doing here? Like, okay. I guess we're just trying to, you know, make our mark here or something with Arthur Smith or something. I don't know. Toughen them up a little bit. I don't know what we're doing. But yeah, I was not thrilled about it either.
You just don't do that. Any
No.
30 plus year old player shouldn't be pushing a sled unless it's absolutely necessary. If you're an offensive lineman, that's one thing. But you're a goddamn quarterback, dude. You
Right.
can't be. I just it.
What was there to gain in that? What
Yeah,
is there to
nothing.
gain in that
That's
drill for a
that's that's it, dude.
quarterback?
Absolute
Nothing.
fucking nothing. I just I Mike Tomlin's good for about 6 or 7 of these bonehead out of the blue. Who knows what the hell he's thinking decisions during the
Yeah.
course of the season, and this is just number one of a long list, I'm sure, by the end of the season. Um, in the long run, I guess it's not that big a deal. I guess Tomlin today said he expects them to be ready on Tuesday when they resume practices. He's missed a week of, like I said, football in shorts. It's not the end of the world. It gives Justin Fields a little more snaps, but it's just taking a risk with a guy that at that age. It just defies logic. It really does. It's just
Yep. It does. I
just bad
just
process, I guess is what
stupid.
hell you can say. The Steelers announced their Steelers Hall of Fame candidates this year: Jason Gilden, Willie Parker, Casey Hampton, and Dick LeBeau. Congratulations to those guys.
Great group.
Yeah, it's a good group, right? I think Jason Gilden owned the sack record for the Steelers for a little while until
He did.
Debo took him, and then T.J. Watt took over both of them. But Casey Hampton was a great nose tackle for the Steelers, and we all know Willie Parker. If you don't know, go watch the highlights of the Super Bowl and some of his other great runs. Willie Parker's fantastic. Uh, the other big story this week, Dave, George Pickens and Zach Azani getting into it. You try not to make a bigger deal of this than it is, but with George Pickens' history and Zach Azani's reputation as being a tough coach, this could be a recipe for disaster. Honest to God,
Yeah. Honestly, though, dude, I said it on Twitter and I'm gonna say it here. I'm glad he did it right off the bat. Put him in check with his bullshit. I do it now. Do it now.
Sure.
Set that tone. Set that standard. Like, look, dude, I'm the new wide receivers coach, and whatever shit these other guys put up with, I'm not putting up with it. Period. And that's good. That sets that standard now. That way he knows, okay, this guy is not going to let me get away with a lot of this diva shit. He's going to set me straight real quick. And that's good, Dave. That's a good thing.
I
But
know.
if
I
there's
agree.
issues, that tells me that's more on Pickens. I'm sorry.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I'm not, I'm not trying to pick on this kid, but he's the coach. And if he has that standard and you're not meeting it, guess what? That's on you as a player. If you're not running routes, if you're not
Yeah.
going all out on your routes,
I guess he
that's
was,
on you. That's a bad
jogging,
thing.
during
Yeah,
plays. It's unacceptable, dude. And this is the
right.
shit he got away with. This is on Mike Tomlin for letting him get away with it his first 2 years in the league, not coaching these guys hard enough, not
Nope.
setting examples to the rookies and young players. This is 100% on Mike Tomlin. And now the poor Zach Azani's here to clean up his mess and try to straighten George Pickens out after he's 2 years in, being spoiled and coddled all this time.
Yep.
I said it on Twitter when this happened. I think the likelihood of George Pickens getting a second contract in Pittsburgh, I would set the odds at less than 50% right now.
Yeah.
I think he's going to shoot his way out of town.
Yeah, I'm wondering myself. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen because this is the kind of stuff that they're trying to get away from. I mean, they traded Deontay Johnson because of the stuff he would pull. So, like, yeah, I could easily see that this is not going to work out, and they're going to be like, yeah, when your time's up here, see ya.
This is what I don't get. They draft George Pickens in the second round, and they get him in the second round because he's got attitude problems. This guy's a first round talent all the way, and he drops to the second round for a reason. Okay, so you know that going in, and then you coddle the guy. And how many press conferences did we see Mike Tomlin defending George Pickens and getting mad at reporters for having the audacity to ask him if there's a problem with George Pickens? Mike Tomlin and the way he handles, I get it. He's been very successful the way he does things, but how many times is this going to slap you in the face before you do something different?
Right.
I just don't get it.
He has his way he does things, and let's be honest, he's always coddled these diva wide receivers. I mean, just think about all the stuff he let Antonio Brown get away with. And, like, mind you, it was one of those things where it kept Antonio Brown okay. Like, he didn't get crazy. Yeah. But then eventually it did spiral out of control, right? So, like, that's the thing here. It's like, dude, you can't. There's got to be some kind of standard set to where it's like, look, we're not putting up with this kind of shit anymore. And I thought they were doing that when they traded away Deontay Johnson. It was like, holy shit, okay, But look at where we're at now, and Pickens is still doing this stuff. And at least there's one coach that's going to be like, no, not happening.
I mean, that's why they hired the guy. They hired the guy because of his coaching style and to get that wide receiver room in check. Hopefully it works, but I don't know. We're not off to a great start so far. All right, let's go over what's going on in training camp. We'll go position by position. It's just a few bullet points. Obviously, neither one of us is there. We're just reading stuff and trying to piece together clues of what's going on. We'll start with quarterbacks. Dave, getting a lot of reports that Kyle Allen's looked pretty good.
Yeah. People want to give him some love.
Yeah, second string quarterback. He's been playing well. Justin Fields, mixed reviews. Justin Fields is as advertised so far, right? Hitting big plays.
Yeah.
Struggling with the underneath stuff and the timing stuff.
I'm thrilled to hear that he's doing as good as he is. Is there maybe a couple plays? Yeah, but most of all, like, now that he's getting into the swing of it on day 2, 3, 4, you're seeing that progression just in this first week with him. But he's making plays left and right. Do you know they won 7 shots today? 6 out of 7 times. They went 6-1, dude, against that defense. After in the beginning, as you saw, like I said, in the beginning it was kind of rough. The defense was dominating. And then today they go out and now they dominate. That's a good sign. Russell Wilson better not get comfortable. I'm going to say that right now. And look, but see, here's what people got to understand. I'm not team Wilson or team Fields. I am team whoever the hell is the better player.
Yeah.
That's after watching the QB mid-off for the last 2 years. I am team whoever is the better, choice. And I am okay with that. They want to go try Russell Wilson first, fine. But if it's obvious that the Fields is the guy, then go with Fields. It's fine. I will not be angry either way. Just pick the best guy. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because remember, they played these stupid games with Kenny and with Mitch, and poor Mason didn't even get a shot till it was damn near too late. Think about how when Kenny got drafted, right? They were like, no, Mitch is the guy. Mitch, like, they didn't even give, anybody another afterthought, really. And it was like, why are you doing that? but and they kind of are doing it with Russell Wilson too, where it's like, no, Russell Wilson's got
I
it,
was
right.
just gonna
It's
say
like,
that.
dude, you gotta. I'm like, it's like, no, Mike Tomlin, you and Arthur Smith have got to have an open competition here and have a real open competition here because it's got to be the best guy. But I'm happy with either. They're both upgrades that cannot be questioned. I don't give a shit how
No,
many articles
it's
Steelers
gotta be better.
Depot or whoever does about how Kenny Pickett's looking great at the Eagles camp. I could give a shit about Kenny Pickett. So please stop people with that stuff. But seriously, I'm happy. But man, Fields is making me pretty excited. You know me, it doesn't take a lot. So um,
I
I'll
just want to
try
see.
to temper my expectations. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, he had a little bit of a rough day today. Threw a pick. He almost threw another pick. I guess another interception was dropped. It's the underneath stuff. He's still struggling a little bit with that. Hopefully it improves. It's really early on, so it's tough. We know
yeah,
he's got a good deep ball. Everyone talks about it. He's got a great
yeah.
arm. Everyone knows that. He's just got to, you know, polish up that underneath stuff and the timing stuff, and he'll be a great quarterback if he can
He
figure
had a
that out.
nice running play today too, an RPO that he just kept it
Yeah.
and
Yep.
real nice cut up. Would have had 10 yards easily, if not
Yep.
more, knowing him.
That's the thing about him in the game is that
It is.
added thing of,
Yep.
he could just tuck the ball and take off and make a big play at any time. And that's why I kind of lean towards wanting Justin Fields to start, even
Right.
though I know maybe Russell Wilson's better overall right now. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It is a weapon that'd be nice to have, right?
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age in the NFL, right? Having
Yeah.
that quarterback that kills you with his arm and his legs. But again, and I'm not trying to defend Russell Wilson, but he can do it too. Even though he's 35, he's still got legs too. And you'll see.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Now I could be wrong. Maybe he hit 35 and now he's going to fall off a cliff and can't do that now. But in general, like he can do it too. Tomlin, I guess, said that they expect him back next week. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah. Tuesday, right? They expect him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool, and I'm all about it. Let's see what he can do now. Man, like I said, this is just so much a better situation for them than before.
Yes. It seems like a better quarterback room all the way around, from
Yeah,
third string guy all the
even
way
Allen
up.
is looking
Yeah.
really good. Like
Yeah.
shit. All right.
Well, Allen's a professional. He's been around a while. He's not like
Yeah.
some rookie or something, and he's got some playing time under his belt, so he
He
should.
came from the Bills, right?
I believe so.
Okay, so getting some time with Josh Allen probably helped too.
Yeah, I mean, he should be fine as a third string quarterback.
Right.
Did you see John Reese Plumlee has gotten some return snaps in training camp? They're gonna use him as a returner. I guess he's
Really?
like a really plus athlete that can do some
Really?
things. He was a wide receiver in college too, and a quarterback. So he's got
Wow.
both in
Okay.
his bag. So that's kind of interesting.
hmm Hey, look, any bag of tricks they want to dig
Yeah.
into, whatever it takes.
Running backs, Dave, I don't have any too much. When they're in shorts, you can't really judge running backs. Cordell Patterson is obviously out.
I'm seeing a lot of video. Jalen Warren hitting blocks,
Yeah.
hitting sleds, looking pretty strong. I mean, we already know
Jalen Warren,
he's a mini beast, man. We already know that. I compare him to MJD. I really do. That's what he reminds me of. Another MJD.
It's kind of a good comp when you think about it. It really is.
It is. He is. He's like Mighty Mouse Jr. He really is.
All right, let's flip to wide receivers. Roman Wilson getting
Yes,
some
sir.
good press the last couple practices. Seems like he's really doing well. That's a good sign for the Steelers because they need somebody to step up.
Yep. Did you see his comment he made?
No, I don't think I did.
He goes, yeah, I heard the fans say that, we don't got no playmakers. And look, I'm paraphrasing here. I'm not going to get it exact verbatim, but it was something like, yeah, I saw the fans were concerned. We got no playmakers. This ain't Iraq. You're going to find some weapons of mass destruction here. And I was like, damn. All right, man. All right. Let's go. I like it, dude. Like, look, if he shows up, somebody's got to step up, right?
Yep.
We said it last podcast. We don't think anybody is, but we're hoping that somebody does. And look, if my man's looking the part and he's talking the talk, hey, as long as you walk the walk, I'm cool with it. So I hope that he ends up being a guy. I really do. That would make things way easier. But if not, then we know who it's going to be, right? I'll just segue you for your tight ends there.
Yeah. Well, we should mention that Van Jefferson and Calvin Austin have been the starters at camp early on. Van Jefferson, the two, and Austin in the slot.
And you know what? Van Jefferson's been doing well too.
Yeah.
Did you hear that he's taking 300? He's doing 300 catches either before or after practice, taking advice from Antonio Brown. I'm like, well, that's a good guy to take advice from on practice.
On practice, not life advice.
No. You know, tomorrow we're going to hear Van Jefferson threw a couch at somebody.
Yeah, right.
What?
Threw a couch off a window. Oh, boy.
But no, I mean, if he's doing that kind of stuff, putting the work in, and look, this guy's got elite speed. Again, we need somebody out of that group to step up and be productive. And if Van Jefferson's going to put in the hard work, it might have been Alan Saunders. I can't remember. Somebody said that he was actually doing this stuff in his first season or two. And that was actually his most productive seasons before injuries hit and everything else. So, hey, man, if we get that kind of effort from a guy, I'm all for it. Calvin Austin, I told you, I'm praying that last year was just one of those rookie things, and maybe he does a little better. But they got speed, man. They got plenty of speed that they can utilize. And so
when you think about it, you see where the Steelers are trying to go, because they're going to run the ball a lot. They're going to do a lot of multiple tight end sets. They're going to do a lot of bootlegs. So you're going to see a lot of crowded boxes. And what do you want to do to counteract that? You want speed receivers that get behind them and go deep. And
I'm hearing a lot of middle of the field stuff as well.
Well, I mean, Dave, I don't think we'll ever fully appreciate how bad Matt Canada was. Every team in the freaking NFL throws over the middle, and Steelers fans are like, "Oh my God, we're throwing balls over the middle." Can you imagine?
Matt Canada was the elite of the elite of bad. That's what he was.
Mind-boggling, dude. The further away we get from it, the more you just realize how bad this was, and what a bad decision it was to hire him and stick with him for another season. That's just
It was all around bad. All around bad. Yes, absolutely.
Tight ends, as you alluded to, Pat Freiermuth was having a good camp. Darnell Washington didn't have any targets before today. He got a touchdown in 7 shots. So,
well, did you see that they've had Muth everywhere? Everywhere. Yeah, remember how I made the joke about having him out wide? They actually did it.
Oh yeah, that's no joke. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, I joked about it, and they're literally doing it. So, I mean, to them, maybe that really is their wide receiver too, literally. So. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get too excited about this. I get too excited about stuff. Got to calm myself.
Pat Freiermuth was going to have a big season.
I really do think
he's going to have a big season.
That's why they need to sign into a contract now, because
I'm telling you,
he's going to go off, and next year he's going to want an astronomical number. So they better sign him now. I hope they do.
Lock him up now before it gets away from you. That's pretty much it for the tight ends. Offensive line. The shocker of all shockers, Dave. The starting offensive line was Dan Moore, Seumalo, Herbig, Broderick Jones at right tackle, and Daniels on. I shouldn't be shocked. Shouldn't be upset, because we knew this was coming. But there it is.
Yeah, but I'm upset. I'm upset. We shouldn't be, but I am. I had hope that we finally saw the light, or Arthur Smith would come in and help him see the light. But nope. No. And this is not even just about Dan Moore. They doubled down and got Herbig at center over a guy that was a collegiate All-American center for the West Virginia Mountaineers. But whatever.
I can almost live with, giving Herbig the start at the beginning of camp, making Frazier earn, he's a rookie, make him earn it, miss a few practices.
Yeah, but I don't even think they're getting him any reps with first team. None.
No, I know.
Now, Fautanu, they got him in there today late, I think I saw.
Yeah.
So
he did play a little starting right tackle. This is bonkers, Dave. This is bonkers that we're going to find out Dan Moore's got pictures of Mike Tomlin doing something, because this man has some serious hold over Mike Tomlin. I don't even know what's going on. I don't understand, Dave. You traded up for Broderick Jones.
I think they love him in the run game.
He's not
that's
even
what it
that.
is.
He's not that
Well,
spectacular in the run. I don't
I
know.
look, they get paid the big bucks. Apparently, they see
I know.
something we don't. So it's the only thing I look. It's the only thing I can cling to for that guy is that in the run game he does really well. Maybe to
Isn't
them.
that Broderick Jones' strength too right now? Is being a good run blocker?
I thought so. But I mean, we're talking about you've got two guys you took in the first round, one you traded up for. I mean, I don't, I don't get it.
This is bonkers to me. This is I had a feeling it was coming, and it still pisses me off. I don't.
I know. Hey, you don't got to tell me. I was dreaming of seeing Brock Jones, Fautano, and Frazier all out there together. But no.
If that's your eventual plan, don't you want them playing together as soon as possible to get used to each other? Not in and out.
But it's like you said, it could be they want him to earn it kind of thing.
I get that part, but the Dan Moore thing.
But I know, but I don't know.
He's got pictures. Mason McCormick was playing a little center with Russell. He was playing a little center with Russell Wilson before practice too.
I didn't know that part. I knew he got some reps.
Just to get your blood pressure up a little bit. Be prepared for that too.
Oh my God. If that just
I guess I kind of like this. Arthur Smith was having anybody with a pre-snap penalty had to do a lap.
That I do like.
Some of the rookies, McCormick being one of them and Fuatano being one of them, fell victim to that. So I kind of like that.
No, I like that too. Again, they're setting some standards here that I like. That's one of the biggest issues I've had with this coaching staff is not having those standards and not having an expectation of how these players should act and play, right? And so we're seeing it now. So I like it, to be honest. Dave, you there? You there, dude?
Yeah. You just kind of froze up there.
You froze up on me.
Let me pause this. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. All right, let's flip over to the defensive line now. Again, not a heck of a lot there in shorts, but good sign. Cam Hayward's participating fully. He's not doing any holding or anything like that.
And I'm really happy about it. I'm so happy about that, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Like, that's really good to see because I was really upset that he might cause drama because it's just something this team don't need. So for him to not do it, that's really awesome. Yeah. It really is.
DeMarvin Leal flashing so far. If he could become something, that would be huge because we talked about being a little concerned about the depth of the defensive line. If he can come through this would be huge for this defense.
Yeah, that's a big deal for them. If he actually steps up and actually is something that they can utilize, that's huge for that D line. I mean, you put him with him. Ogunjobi, by the way, is a little healthier. He's admitted he's is it Liz Frank issue?
Yeah.
Injury. Okay.
Yep.
He's saying he's getting there, so it sounds like he's doing okay there too. Him along with Benton and Adams. If you add a fifth guy in Leal to that group, yes, that is huge for them because again, Cam's not getting any younger. He could have an injury at any time. Ogunjobi's got an injury plagued 2 seasons with us, right? Mm-hmm. So, you really want to have that fifth guy. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it's true because you could see a lineup of Benton, Adams, and Leal right now. I could see it happen. So it's important to see that he's starting to really look a lot better.
Yep. Not much else, I don't think, from the defensive line that I've heard. Let's flip to outside linebacker. Not a lot there. Either T.J. Watt, still T.J. Watt. Beating people left and right in practice.
Just the fact that Myles Garrett came out and said that he's watching film of TJ Watt to better his craft. And it's like, well, no shit. He's the best defensive. I just.
That noise you heard was
my head.
All of PFF banging their heads against the computers.
Right. Or throwing up in disgust because even he admitted he's watching the GOAT. It just makes me sick. They make me sick. That's all I gotta say.
I guess Kieran Johnson's had a couple good practices on the outside. Yeah. He's on the outside looking in, so that's good for him.
Yeah.
Haven't heard much from Herbig Moon. I guess they're both doing okay.
Yeah.
But haven't heard much.
nothing big yet. I haven't really heard anything about Highsmith either. Have you? I haven't heard anything.
Which is kind of good. You don't want to We know
Right.
what Highsmith can do. You just don't want to
Yeah,
hear
we're
any bad stuff.
aware. I
Yeah,
mean, it's Moon and Herbig is probably what you really want to hear.
yeah, that's the guys you want
Um,
to keep an eye on for sure.
so yeah, but that's fine. Just as long as I just don't want to hear the injury word. Just don't want to hear that
Yes,
with
that's what I
anybody.
mean. That's the only thing you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Inside linebacker. Dave, I'm going to have a hard time containing you this preseason with your boy Peyton Wilson. The more good press he gets, the more excited. He's halfway to the Hall of Fame in your mind, right?
Oh, my man, every day is there an hour earlier than everybody else or some shit like that, ready to go. I mean, just love it.
He's got some kind of routine that he does. And
wicked fast. I mean, I've heard people say reminds them of Ryan Shazier. Bro, another Easy. Ryan Shazier along with Queen, Landon Roberts, and a healthy Holcomb. Yeah. Giddy up. Let's go, baby.
Oh,
let's go.
Yep.
Dude.
And then he shits the bed week 1 and they're going to be like, oh, my God.
Well, what's going to happen is week 1, they're going to be like, oh, he tore the ACL that he doesn't have. And you're going to be like, wait,
he
what?
tore the mystery ACL.
Yeah. Like, that's the kind of shit that worries me. But it sounds like, dude, he looks fucking legit.
Yeah, I guess Patrick Queen's looked real good, too.
Yeah.
Especially in coverage. He's been showing some stuff. So, this could be.
Yeah, and Baltimore fans talked all that shit that Queen wasn't that good. They're so full of shit.
They are.
Like,
of course, he left, so they're gonna
right. So, but I'm telling you, inside linebacker is not going to be an issue this season. It is not. I mean, Mark Robinson, he better get his resume ready. But yeah, besides that,
yeah. Let's flip to the DBs. Another one of your guys isn't doing so hot. Corey Trice has been kind of quiet.
Yeah.
He's kind of sharing second team cornerback duties. So we'll have to wait and see. It's early, but he's not off to a great start.
But BD Bishop's doing really well. And getting first team all reps.
He's a starting nickel corner when the season starts, unless they trade for somebody, because there's nobody else on the freaking roster that can, as long as he shows that he can, he knows where to line up, he's going to start. And it's good that we're getting good reports that he's playing well too. That definitely helps. But I mean,
it's crazy, like right off the bat, first team though. Like right off the bat, I was like,
who else is there on the? Who else are they going to put in there?
Right. Well, I mean, is Cam Sutton there? Like, is he?
Well, yeah, he is there, but they know he can practice. He just can't play when the season starts. So, but they know what Cam Sutton can do.
Yeah, that's true. I just first team though. For him, I didn't quite see that from a UDFA.
It's a little surprising.
Right off the bat, getting first team reps, I was like, whoa. But I mean, like, he just could be a guy that they just felt fits that role. Like, it's like tailor made for him.
Mm-hmm.
Another Mike Hilton, if you will. And maybe that's why they're like, hey, plug him in right now. We want to find out right now if he looks right.
And a lot of Mike Hilton comps from him.
Yeah. So, another one is Dante Jackson. He's looking better too. And I told you, my thing is I'm hoping he was overcompensating on a terrible Panthers defense. And that's why a lot of times he didn't look so great these last couple seasons. And man, I'm telling you, now that he has a supporting cast, I'm really hoping that that's the case. He got burned one time, though, on a Fields to Pickens 40-yard dot thrown by Fields. But besides that, he's had a couple breakups too. Has done really well. So overall, man, I'm pretty happy with the corners. I almost said CBs, but corners. Yeah, I'm really happy with them from what I'm hearing so far. Joey Porter Jr. is doing his thing too.
He's been fine. Yep. I'm not going to hold a long touchdown by George Pickens against Dante Jackson. He's going to do that to every corner in the league. So I'm not too worried about that. Listen, if he ends up playing well, I'll eat a lot of crow because I didn't like the trade at all. I think he's on the wrong side of 30. But listen, I'm hopeful. Just like you, I'm hopeful that he comes through because they need him.
Right. I was just clinging to the whole playing on a bad team. Maybe he's trying to do too much and hoping that's what it is. And that's what they saw maybe. But yeah, I mean, if that's the case, man, okay, get your popcorn ready.
Yep. I guess Darius Rush is playing well too. He's had a good camp so far. So that's just another guy to throw in there.
Is he? I haven't heard his name. I didn't see
I've heard him a couple times. So he's playing well. I like Darius. I hope Darius Rush comes through for them because he's got
on that defense. There are so many pieces that I mean, when you start talking about D-line, the linebacker core, and the defensive backs, there are so many pieces that, like, if they develop even a little bit, that's huge. Even as a supporting role player, I mean, man, that's why the defense should be extremely good this year. Should be.
Yeah, if everybody stays healthy, this defense should be fantastic.
Yeah,
There isn't. I mean, what weakness could you point to? Maybe Dante Jackson, maybe. But if he
maybe.
plays halfway decent, and if they get these guys like Peyton Wilson to play well and DeMarvin Leal, this could be a top 5 defense easily.
Oh,
Easily.
agreed. Absolutely agree.
I don't know if you saw it. Ryan Watts has got a few snaps as a nickel linebacker. He's been playing.
Really?
I'm sorry, dime linebacker. They've been playing him up.
Wow.
So that's a new wrinkle that we had to keep an eye on. He's definitely going to be a safety, though. I can see that's his path to the.
They're definitely playing with some things, though.
They're definitely experimenting a little bit. Yeah, it's fun.
No, I like it.
The other safeties haven't heard really much out of any of the other guys. We know Minka's Minka. They're pretty set,
Him and Elliott. I mean, I'm not really.
Yeah.
Those guys are who they are, and they're going to be the starting safeties. So I'm not too worried about them, as long as they stay healthy. That's all I worry about.
Yep. And then to wrap it up, special teams. Cameron Johnson, I guess, has been killing it.
Yeah,
Booting some long kicks. He's getting a lot of rave reviews from everybody there.
they said he kicked from the 10. They said he kicked from the 10 and it bounced on the 30 and went in and hit the pylon on the other side. That's a boom. That's a kick.
Imagine having a good punter, Dave. Just imagine. What's that like?
No idea. Haven't had it in years. So, right? Yeah.
So that wraps up all the positions. Any overarching thoughts about this so far? Anything that disappoints you or you're excited about besides
disappointments? Not really. I mean, it's early and so far I think the only disappointment is the Wilson injury. Like you want to see him right out the chute be out there with those guys, right? A week lost is a week lost. It sucks.
Yeah,
but
it is.
But on the positive side of that, it's helped us see Fields and see what he can do and like make you excited for what if there is a world without Russell Wilson. It's not we're not worried about a huge drop off, basically, or at least for now we're not. So, that's the thing that's the positive I take from this. The only negative right now is just the injury to him, and that's really it for this first week of camp.
Yeah, we got to preface it all by saying it is just a week camp. There's no pads, there's no tackling, so it's basically. And my biggest disappointment is the offensive line stuff, like where Mike Tomlin is shuffling this line.
Good point. That's a great point. That'd be the other negative thing for sure.
I mean, I don't want to beat this thing to death, but I think it's so important to get Broderick Jones and Troy Fuatanu reps together, and Frazier too, reps together on the same.
I agree.
So that they're ready to go. Unless, God forbid, his plan is not to start, is to start Dan Moore and Herbig.
I think he is going to start Dan Moore. That I do think. Herbig too, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. With Tomlin, you just don't know. You honestly don't. He hates
you made a good point.
Starting rookies. Hates him.
We hope to be different with Arthur Smith, but it doesn't seem to be right off the bat. It seems it's.
Well, I'm clinging to hope that Arthur Smith's doing the old same thing as Tomlin. Want them to earn it kind of thing.
Yeah.
But just wait till these preseason games start. Then you'll start. Then you'll start seeing, and you'll know what they're thinking. At least I would think so.
And Arthur Smith, to bring him up, it's going to be fun. It's going to be different. Like we're going to have a real offensive system, a lot of boots, a lot of running back screens.
All the players are raving about the offense, how everything is so much more in detail and explained. Like, dude, I saw them doing a drill with the wide receivers where they had like a chair.
Right? Yeah, nobody can quite figure that out. Yeah,
and I was like, okay, that's interesting. But so let's see here. Their first game is August 9th against the Texans on NFL Network at 7 p.m. on a Friday. So that first game, I can't wait. I know it's preseason, but Jesus. You know me. I love my preseason games. So
August 9th is only like a week and a half away.
Right.
This thing's coming up fast, man. This is coming up fast, which is awesome. Yep. I don't think we can overemphasize having a legitimate offensive coordinator and what that's going to do for this offense. I'm telling you. It's just going to be.
I agree.
And like I said, when they signed Arthur Smith, it's the best possible option for what Mike Tomlin wants to do. He's the best guy
Going off of what Tomlin wants, yes,
Yeah,
that was
going
the
with
best
Tomlin
option.
wants.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
a great way to word that because I had a different opinion until you said that. But yeah, no, you're right.
Because Tomlin wants to be conservative and run the football and do this and that, and at least now there's someone who actually knows how to call
Right.
a game like that, right? And call plays. So
We'll know how to use it to their advantage. Let's put it
exactly.
that way.
That's the way. That's a good way to put it. Defensively, they should be solid, like we said. I mean,
it's not the
barring
defense.
injuries.
I'm not worried about the defense.
No, me neither.
Now that I'm seeing so many supporting parts that look like they are going to be good to decent, to where if there's an injury, I think we'll be okay as long as it ain't Minka or TJ Watt. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
That I think we're going to be all right.
3 guys that if they come through, that defense is going to be good. Beanie Bishop, DeMarvin Leal, and Peyton Wilson. If those 3 guys hit, this defense, the sky's the limit.
And I would add Dante Jackson.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, you got to throw him in there too.
I like your 3 you picked. I would add Dante Jackson because he is going to be that other starting corner.
Yeah.
So
he needs to play at least decent.
Yeah, he's got to be
low,
decent. Real low.
Last year's corner, but still.
Yeah. I mean,
Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, and
I've already blocked his name out.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying.
I tried to forget for so long that now I can't remember his name. But yeah.
So, all right, Dave. That's all I have. Unless you got anything else, that's a quick wrap up of this.
No, that's it. Just like I said, I'm really hoping that Russell Wilson's back this coming week.
Yeah, overall, it's been very positive the first week.
Yeah.
Like sounds, except for the injury to, like I said, to Russell Wilson and the dust up with George Pickens. Other than that, it's been very positive, very good stuff so far. So, a lot to look forward to this season. All right, you can follow me on X at SteelersSank16. Email the show at daver@SteelersSanctuary.com. Guys, hit that subscribe button for us. That helps us out either on the podcast or on YouTube. That either way or both, preferably, that would help us out a great deal. Dave, give me stuff and let's get out of here.
Yep, you can find me on X at DMC3SSP. And then you can find me on TikTok at Steelers Sanctuary Podcast or at SteelSank Pod. And that's all I got, man.
All right. Until next time, thanks for listening to the Steelers Sanctuary Podcast.